Now, the next thing the system does is it allows me to look at a tornado plot. So a tornado plot is a way for us to see the items which are impacting the schedule the largest amount. So let's just look first of all at the one on the left. This is the risks driving the finish date of the project. So what this is telling me is that my ash cloud risk is the highest impact, followed by my communication risk, my testing overrun risk, and finally my procurement delays, if I look at the top four. And you can see that they've got a percentage beside them, and that percentage represents the correlation between changes to that particular risk and changes to the overall schedule. So if I look at the ash cloud risk, it's at 59%, the procurement delays at 28%, which means that approximately the ash cloud is having about twice as much impact as procurement delays are. The actual percentages aren't that important. The relative percentages are what we look at. Now, this is looking at this on a risk basis. So this is going back to my list of risks, and because I've associated those risks with many activities, the system is telling me, okay, these are the risks that are having the biggest impact. When these risks fire, they're having a large impact overall. But I can also look at this on a schedule activity basis, and that's my second tornado. And what this is telling me is these are the activities that are driving the project. So again, I can look at it from a risk basis, or I can look at it from an activity basis to understand the things that I'm going to work on next to reduce the overall impact on my project. Now, there's also in here the ability to do sensitivity analysis. Now, this is something that's very powerful. So years ago, when I used to work with clients in Primavera risk analysis, the question that would always come up from the project team was, okay, you've shown us the tornado plot, and you've said that ash cloud is 59% correlation to the project. But what does that mean to me as a project manager? What I want to know is, if I get rid of that risk, how much time am I going to save on my project? And that's what the sensitivity analysis allows us to do. It allows us to choose a confidence level. So in this case, I'm going to say at my P70 confidence level, how much time can I save by getting rid of these risks? And what the system does is it turns off a risk, and then it reruns the analysis. Then it turns off the next risk, the next highest risk, and reruns the analysis. And then the next highest risk again. So it tells us incrementally how much time we can save by getting rid of our highest impact risks. So let me just run that analysis. So the system's running through. It's doing multiple passes, as I said. So it's turning off the first risk, rerunning and evaluating what's the next highest risk. Then what's the next highest risk after that, and the next highest risk after that. And what it's going to tell us is it's going to tell us what are the items that are really having a huge impact overall on our project. Okay, so what it's telling me is if you can get rid of the ash cloud, you can save 26 days. If you can get rid of testing overrun, you can save 34 days. Okay, and I can define how many of these I want it to run for. In this case, I told it the top 5. So the system's going to tell me exactly how many days I can save incrementally by turning off each of these risks. So I can also look at that on an S-curve basis. So here's my original run with all the risks turned on, and here's my saving incrementally by turning off each individual risk. So again, this is very powerful because it lets you answer the question that the project team always asks, which is exactly how much time can I save by getting rid of that particular risk.